We're here at a bustling InfoComm India 2025. I'm joined by Ravi from Cavitak, here to talk about the Indian market, its opportunities, the challenges. We can't do that really without talking about the proliferation of LED. It's everywhere, not just in India, but globally as well. What are you seeing in the market and what have you brought to the show this year?
Yeah, India is actually buzzing a lot with LED, and every space that you see at the entrance, more or less, every customer now aspires, to have a LED. And the customer intent is now kind of, changing from just having an LED to kind of wanting to have a more immersive, connected experience. And I think the bar is kind of raising by the day from being more of a traditional volume market. I think we are seeing a transition where people really want to kind of understand more about the technology piece and kind of go up the pyramid. So at the booth also, I think we have MIP, which is kind of having a very special use case like ultra premium home theaters and boardrooms which really want a very exquisite experience. So we have the MIP here, and then we have the NX Yobi Ultra, which is one of its kind, where you have a great refresh rate, and we are exhibiting it with a timer synchronization where you can see the content kind of reflecting on the screen in terms of milliseconds, right? So I think that's the way Indian customers are now aspiring to kind of adopt technology, and with the global players looking at India, everybody wanting to kind of be at India, amongst the 8-9% GDP growth rate. I am sure that India is going to rise fast. Also, in terms of the experiential places like museum, you see a lot of museums, coming up. And it's not just in one or two pockets of India, but it is like across. So for those kind of experiences, we have Green Hippo and TV1, like the processors and the switches, so which kind of lets you integrate the active LED and bring that differentiation in terms of how complex it can be at the back end and how easy it is for a customer to kind of come and experience it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you touched on a really interesting point there because audience expectations have changed. There is a higher demand for immersive and experiential applications. We're also now seeing clients that are more educated, understand the workflow and the products they want to be working with on a more intricate and detailed level. In your experience, what are the challenges that are facing you in this market?
So I think at the moment specifically I talk about active LED. In general, for an end customer or for a partner to differentiate a product becomes increasingly difficult just by looking at it. It's very difficult for one to kind of understand the tangible difference because a lot of things kind of show up only after a period of time, right? The quality bit. The other part I think is on the content and the design of the experience, right? So for people to spell out really specifically as to how they want, the complete curation to happen, the definition part, because it's not that great, and I think that ecosystem is still not that great in India. I feel that's something which can help the industry grow and evolve.
No, absolutely, because ultimately the LED, while is a core part of the actual final solution, it's only part of it, right? Content is king. It's all about having the right processor. It's all about having the right display that works with the content that you've got. You mentioned museums especially. We're seeing a lot of growth in the Indian market. It's booming, it's exploding, quite frankly. What would you say are the biggest opportunities in this market for you?
Biggest opportunities, specifically, I feel in each and every space at the moment that we are working on, if we see a corporate environment, I feel the per square feet cost of AV is kind of booming, right? Let's say an example. First, if we would have been doing a boardroom with a sound bar or maybe some set of speakers and some flip tops, etc. Now with Crestron, which we promote and distribute, you have something like Automate VX, which has like a lot of AI built in, where you really are focused, as a participant of the conference room, and you can have a truly global conference with having attention to each of the participant. So I think the density of AV in a room, any kind of space, I think is increasing, and which I see is an opportunity, right? So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like Cavitak is targeting a more sophisticated customer with more sophisticated products. Ravi, thank you so much for your time today. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yeah.